Summer continues with day 22. Alright. So... Oh yeah, okay, sorry. It was a little off track there, but make a miner hat, finally. So, this is actually particularly good for the summer because, seeing how, not so big of a fan of going around during the day during the summer, you wanna keep yourself cool, and under the hot summer sun, it's not the best way to do that. During the evening and the night, I think it's a little less intense. I think you still have to deal with the heat, like, it doesn't go down that much, but it goes down a little bit, you know. Enough to be somewhat significant, so having the miner hat just means that we'll be able to run around freely during the night without having to waste grass and twigs on torches and all that. That bastard gobbler just ate my berries. So I decided to do him one better. I drop him a berry, and I'd like to thank Ellie for teaching me that little trick. Eventually he'll start going after the berries, and as soon as he does, he won't notice you running up to him with bloodshed in mind. So he can do that pretty much freely, and get some drumsticks out of it, which isn't bad. And you can make some good stuff out of that. I think you can make, like, chicken dinner. I think it's a fruit, a vegetable, it's like berries and carrots, and then one drumstick, I think, and one meat item, so like a morsel. Could be wrong on the recipe, but I'm trying to remember. And finally, I grabbed the box thing and put it with all the other things. So now we have 3 out of 4, which is pretty good, and we know where to place them all. We know where the wooden thing is, so that's even better. And we've got ourselves another red bird in our clutches. Look at all those gears. If we were WX, this would be a great setup for us right now. Just all those gears. We could pretty much survive all summer just on those gears. I mean, we'd still want to have some things to protect us from the summer heat, but otherwise, I mean, it's pretty nice. And if you didn't hear, we have some guests. That's why I'm wearing the log suit. Waiting for them now. They can't be too far now since Woodie's commenting on them. So get rid of that guy just because the sound was getting a little irritating. That's the one bad thing about bird traps. And I actually replace our crow with the red bird. I don't know, it's just a matter of preference. You can have either, and they'll give you the same stuff regardless. Although I think sometimes you might have a chance of getting a feather of whatever bird you have in there as like a reward for whatever you give to them. We were really getting beaten up. This is what I was saying during the first hound attack. The first one's really not bad because it's just 2, but once you got like 3 of them attacking you, they can really chain their hits together and do some damage to you. We're still doing okay. Our armor hasn't suffered too much. We could take another fight or 2 with this log suit football helmet combo, but we do want to be careful. So the blackbird feather, the jet feather, I think it's called, and there is one hat you can make with the jet feather. Honestly, though, I feel like there is kind of a limited range of things that you can make with the with some of the feathers. Like the azure feather, I don't even know if you can make anything with. If anybody knows, I could probably just look up crafting recipes, but as I understand it, I feel like there's a slightly limited use for some of the feather types. You know, there's not enough. There's not that much stuff that you would really want to farm bird feathers for. But yeah, I collect them. I collect them anyways, because, you know, gotta be a hoarder in this game. So we put that back. I decide, even though we don't really need to, I replace my thermal stone. I just like switching them around, keep them as cool as possible. And with that, gonna go out into the night. And it's actually... if you didn't notice, it's not too bad weather-wise. We're actually having very shady summer days so far. And if you looked over at the rainometer, it was showing that we were all the way where, you know, there would be precipitation on any other season, but because it doesn't really rain during the summer, we just kind of get this nice shade. So I don't know if that impacts the temperature much, but that might be why we haven't been having too much trouble with overheating. That and the thermal stone. The thermal stone is upmost, you know. That and the summer frost are going to keep us nice and cool for a much longer period of time than without. If we didn't have those two, you know, out in the summer sun during the day, we would just fry very quickly. You can use trees as shade, though. That's something I really like. You can use trees as shade for rain as well. It's not, you know, foolproof. You'll still take a little, you'll take on a little water, but it's at least a nice environmental thing. Even if you don't want to sit in one place while it rains, you kind of want to get out and about. But during the summer, if you need to cool off and you don't have anything else, sometimes those trees are the only thing that'll save your life. And that's what makes places like swamps or deserts where there aren't any trees to use as cover are very dangerous during the summer if you aren't prepared. And right here we find a mandrake. Mandrakes are adorable and don't starve. They're very rare. I think at most they'll usually spawn maybe 4, I think I've gotten at most in a game. But yeah, they're just very cute. If you pick them during the day, they'll die. So don't do that. It's not nice. Also, don't cook them unless you want to skip a couple days, because when you cook them, they scream, and the scream knocks you out for a full day. And I think it might have some detrimental effects to, well, at least your hunger, because you're knocked out for a full day, possibly your sanity. The nice part is that if you eat them, either raw or cooked, they are extremely good for your stats. They'll heal everything up pretty well. But if you eat them after they've been cooked, I think they'll knock you out a second time, actually. So it's pretty funny. And we're just going on fighting these spiders as they come to us, which actually turns into a bit of a bad idea. I mean, not for us, because these guys are easy as pie. But the poor little buddy down there, he gets a little too involved right about here, and oops, he took a bite from the spider. Mandrakes are not very durable creatures. They'll die very easily. I kind of like to keep them as pets just because they're cute, even if the sound they make can get a little repetitive. But yeah, so we finish up our war against the spiders. Pick up these things, use them to heal what we can of the health we lost, and pick up this poor guy and store him in Chester. And that's it for the day. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.